Hi, this is Todd Baker, your certified mortgage planner, and today I'm going to talk about secured credit cards, how they work, why to get them, and how they are a fantastic tool to build your credit and build your credit score. So, generally speaking, to get a good entry-level residential mortgage, you need a score of 580. There are products out there that go below 580, but they're called non-qualified mortgages. They come with super high interest rates, minimum 10% down. They're difficult to close. And so you really want to avoid those. So for most of you that have a credit score less than 580, the number one reason is just because of mismanaged credit, sometimes caused by just not really paying attention to your credit. Sometimes there's been life events. It could be a loss of a job, a divorce. For a lot of people, it's like coming out of college and being young and just getting started, and no one really showed you how to build your credit. So what you want to do is this. Credit scores are highly sensitive to the last 12 to 24 months. It's highly weighted on the payment patterns. So to get your score up, when your score is in the low 500s, really mid 500s and below, if it's below 580, it typically takes anywhere from 6 months minimum to up to 1 year to get your score high enough to qualify for a loan. If it's below 500, it usually takes a couple years. But the easiest way to do it is, number one, is you have to start guarding your credit. So you don't let anything bad hit your credit. With that, let me give you some examples. The number one culprit is medical debt or medical collections. So you have something happens to you or one of your kids or your spouse, your significant other, you go to the doctor or a medical provider of some sort, whether it's a hospital or a doctor, and maybe you have insurance. But your insurance does not cover 100%. Your insurance never does. There's deductibles, there's co-pays. So what happens is, as you probably already know, the bill gets processed and then there's a balance due. And a lot of times it comes at a time maybe you can't afford to pay that balance, or maybe the timing's not right cash flow wise. And so you'll get, let's say you get a $1,000 medical bill and you're like, wow, I didn't have an extra $1,000 I planned on. I just won't pay that. So you never want to do stuff like that anymore. For medical bills, all doctors in the United States of America will work out a payment plan. You want to work out with the doctor and not the collection agency. So medical bills are an example. If you move from an apartment or from a rental house that you have, make sure that you switch off all the utilities. And then once they are switched off, the following month, call and make sure all of the balances are paid. I've seen a lot of people where they move, there was like a water bill, they paid it, and then there's still a small balance because of the days of the billing cycle. And they never knew that happened, and they end up with a collection account. I've had people decide to get into fights with their cell phone provider and go get a new carrier and just blow the other one off. So I can go on and on with examples. The bottom line is that nothing bad can hit your credit no matter what. So now we've stopped all negative reporting. Now we need to add some positive. So how do we add that positive? A secured credit card. When I send out to my clients, there'll be links to a couple out there that work really well, but you can go online. You want to get a secured credit card that reports to all three bureaus. And how a secured credit card works and why it's different than unsecured. Secured means that it's secured by your own funds. So you have to deposit money up front. Normally I recommend just a $300 line of credit to start. And then what you do, and this is super important, so now you have an account, you have to start using it, but you don't max it out, because credit utilization is also a factor that hits your credit. What you do is you put in like a tank of gas or buy some groceries, so on, and you want to keep your credit utilization to 30% or less of the credit line. So what I always recommend, get a $300 card, $400, $500, whatever, a $300 minimum entry level to get. Put a tank of gas. When the bill comes, make sure you pay the bill on time, right? Because nothing bad's going to hit our credit. But you pay the bill down to like $10, and then you do the same thing. Once you pay it, next time you're at the gas station, fill up your tank of gas or buy some groceries, whatever. Bottom line is, maintain a small running balance. Now next, use one of the free apps that you can get to monitor your credit. Credit Karma has a great one. You can download it onto your phone. It's really super easy to read. They monitor 2 of the 3 bureaus, but what you want to do with that is that you want to keep an eye on your score. And typically after about 90 days, you're going to start to see it rise after that card reports. And when you see, now Credit Karma typically has about a 40-point higher score than a mortgage. So if we're trying to buy a house and we need at least a 580, once Credit Karma gets to about 620, that's when I would want to repull your credit. So what I do with all my clients is No new bad, nothing bad hits your credit. Get a secured credit card, monitor it on Credit Karma. I start checking in every 90 days. Once our score gets high enough, I repull credit, see where we're at. Sometimes we have to wait another 90 or 180 days, but we eventually get to a point where you're able to qualify for a home loan. Now, while you're going through that, all home loans are going to require a small down payment unless it's a VA loan or a USDA loan. And even with 100% financing loan, there are closing costs. There are down payment assistance programs out there, but even with down payment assistance programs, you're going to have to come in pocket with some funds. So as you simultaneously build your credit, make sure you have a savings plan and you have the discipline to start saving as much money as you can as well. So those are the key things to get ready to buy a house, to improve your credit, get ready to buy a house. So thank you so much and have a wonderful day. And if you need any questions, have any questions for me, I'm always here to help. Take care. Bye.